Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil.
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on MindEd.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso ko'y pagod.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to MindEd, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. My name is B. I am just a letter.
And my name is Pat. We're getting better at this intro thing, so nice.
Yes.
job.
And why were you laughing when I was saying the opening spiel?
Hindi,
Can you
kasi
explain
parang
yourself.
I'm always caught off guard. I'm never prepared, but that's okay. Diba?
Pero ikaw nag-intro last week, so congratulations.
Ako nga ba? I forget.
Ikaw, yes.
Okay,
Okay, let's
I
review.
accept.
Never mind. Anyway, why does it matter? So, how is everything? Why are you shaking your head? Agad-agad. Inaway agad. How are you?
Ah.
Let's
Sige.
how are
Yun
you?
nga, diba? It's always the same thing, right? I never really kind of check in or catch up with myself until moments like this, and then I'm kind of caught off guard.
Mhm.
But that's fine. So okay. Over the past week,
Okay.
it's been most significant thing this past week I think has been no Monday. No Sunday, backtrack. Sunday was my 5th anniversary with Chai na boyfriend and girlfriend. Kaso hindi na kami boyfriend and girlfriend. Pero sincelebrate pa rin namin siya. Tapos, the day
Okay.
after, thank you, happy anniversary. The day after, we attended, like the whole day, we attended a birthing class. So I feel a little bit more prepared to usher
Okay.
in the life of my child into this
How do you do it though? Online?
online.
Or is it
So,
like an okay.
yeah, it was over Skype lang. So, I think the real value or the real benefit of it talaga was the techniques. And nakakatawa kasi parang prior to us having the birthing class, I was already trying to teach Chai some breathing techniques that come from, mindfulness practice. And so, to see an
Right.
expert like birthing coach to, walk through some breathing exercises has been very reaffirming or reassuring na we're doing sort of the right thing. And so And because yun nga, sorry, medyo
Okay.
nagkwento na ako. I'm not able to be in the
Sige na.
delivery room with Chai because she's
Yeah.
because of COVID and everything. Um,
Yeah.
she has to be able to practice these things by herself. So yun nga,
Mm.
it's just kind of like solidifies or like reinforces the whole practice of it. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
super happy. Yeah. Ikaw naman.
Yay! Okay. That's your wow. Akala ko ba, sabi mo kasi Sunday, tapos biglang nag-skip ka na ng Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oo, okay
Tama.
lang. No, the birthing class was
So,
on
wala na
Monday.
nangyari.
Ah,
Okay.
everything's a blur after
Right.
that. Work lang. Work lang naman.
Work lang naman.
Yeah.
Oo, actually, yun na yung sasabihin ko, work lang naman, tapos tapos yung discussion natin. No. I'm
Okay.
kidding. Ano ba? Okay. Of course, work is still there. Kailan ba nawala yan, di ba? Forever naman nandyan yan.
Mm-mm.
But, I have sad news though. I lost a friend ng weekend.
Oh my.
Ano siya, para siyang kasama ko sa community, sa SFCE, sa pamilya.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then he's our kuya, yan, chapter head namin, yan, and yun, it's just sad that we can't really gather. So baka
Yeah.
tomorrow magkaroon kami ng, I know not tomorrow, on Saturday, I think, baka magkaroon kami ng some sort of online eulogy thing
Mm.
na something ganyan, just to commemorate like yun stuff. So yun, that's one. And then
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
sorry to hear that.
a lot of but just pray na muna. But we're okay. Hindi, alam ko hindi siya, not because of COVID eh. It's
Mhm.
something else. Ganyan. Pero hindi ko na ikukwento. Anyway, not
That's
my
okay,
story to
yeah.
tell.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So, yun. And then I have like friends then who lost people, lost loved ones because of COVID.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like difficult to bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, trying times. But yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, work is just work. It's just work. But yun, fun naman. Fun naman siya. I wasn't able to, I wasn't able to do painting last week, diba?
Mhm.
Pero wala, kanina parang sumaglit lang ako. Like, konting-konting, whatever.
Mhm.
As in, sobrang konti lang. Like, 15 minutes lang yata. Tapos balik na
Okay.
ako ulit. Just pockets of whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So even then, dapat mga ganun kasi we also maximize that. So it's good that you still had that.
Yeah. Buti naalala ko siya. Or parang napagod lang ako. Ayoko na.
Mm.
Kuno kasi I have to lessen my screen time. I've been having like bad migraines eh. So, have to lessen that one.
Yeah.
And with that, tapos na yung screen time ko. Bahala ka na, Patrick.
Okay, bye. See you.
Tapos na
Joke
ako.
lang. Iwanan mo ko kagad.
So,
Teka lang. Ikaw mag-lead ng
naman.
episode today. Joke lang. Okay lang.
ako ba? Okay. Yun. Okay. So, yeah, yun. So self
Oo.
your face.
I know.
Okay.
Kayo guys, mga nakikinig ngayon, kamusta naman kayo? Share nyo naman sa amin
I
sa
saw
comments
Miss
dyan.
Jen.
I know, I saw Les also. Hi Miss Jen. Hi Les. Hi
Hi,
AJ.
Les. Hi, Miss Jen. Hi, AJ. Oh, sana nanonood si AJ.
Oo nga. I'm sure.
You're sure?
Yes. Very sure.
Okay. Hello din kay Chai, by the way, and congratulations for that birthday
Yes,
class.
thank
Continue
you.
praying for you guys.
Yes, please. Thank you. It's any day now. Legit. Like,
Mm.
it could be tomorrow even. Sana naman hindi.
Ooh.
Pero like,
Pero, may
Yeah.
ano ba? May due date na?
yeah, her due date is on the 23rd this month.
Okay.
Pero kasi because it's our first,
Right,
some
right.
people are saying like it's possible that it's like 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after. So,
After. Parang normally after. I think.
Pag
Oh,
after,
experienced
that's
ako.
Oo nga eh. May anak ka na.
What?
If it's after
Oh.
kasi it's a little later. Parang the full term talaga or the full pregnancy is like about mga 40 weeks. And September 23 is her 40th week. Like completion of her
Okay.
40th week. So we're hoping na at least before. So
Okay.
yeah. So praying.
Let's pray for
praying.
that.
Yeah. Sabi ni
Ayaw
Les
mo yan,
daw,
Patrick ko.
busy week daw.
Yes.
Busy is good. So, because you're busy.
Okay, I hope
it's
that's a
good.
busy good.
Yeah.
Oo. Oh, actually, yun pala, isa pala yun sa mga highlights.
Mm.
Ilang beses ata kami nag-meet ni Lester parang this week.
Aha.
Hanggang gabi, nagmi-meeting kami. Hi, Les.
Aw.
Ang daming projects. But,
Aha.
good kind of busy siya. Because,
Yeah.
we really, parang it's part of our passion na rin kasi
Mhm.
talaga to have these types of events, ganyan. And here comes the new challenge of having it online,
Mhm.
like purely online. I mean, look at us. We're
Yeah.
doing it online.
Exactly.
And look at Justin. Justin, salamat dito. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
still
it's a good
important
kind of
to,
busy because it's the meaningful kind of busy.
it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, it's important pa rin to take a few, like, minutes of of rest, of breaks. Are you doing that? Consciously, I mean, mindfully? See,
Mhm.
I'm using the right term.
That's yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sige.
So actually, yeah, parang napagod ka bigla. Okay, so actually, I'm very excited for this episode kasi matagal ko na siyang gustong i-invite sa show natin. It's just that we had to schedule talaga beforehand. Like, ang daming scheduling and logistics na parang, ang tawag dito, arrangements or preparation that we have to do yan kasi with work and everything ganyan. So now that we're doing it online, mas madali na ang pag-i-invite. Okay, so as you've probably seen in our promos, our guest for tonight is an international best-selling author who writes contemporary romance, young adult fiction, and poetry. And she has penned 5 novels. Correct me na lang if I'm wrong later. 3 poetry books from Anvil Publishing, Andrews McNeil Publishing, and some of the titles are self-published. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest for tonight, Miss Dawn Lanuza. Hi,
Hi,
Dawn.
Don.
You may now
Hi.
show yourself.
Yeah. Can you see me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Hello.
can.
Yes, finally.
Yo.
We made it
Ayun.
happen.
Yay!
Yeah.
Super yay.
Naabutan tayo ng lockdown. This was supposed to happen in March, I think.
Totoo ba?
So, mga ganun nga.
Yeah, she started to invite. Yeah, she started to invite me in March, ganyan. Tapos, wala na. Nag-close na. So, okay.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the
Thank
time
you for having me.
to grace us with your wonderful presence.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I've heard
Yes,
about
and
the show from me, so I'm excited. Yeah.
yay! I really am excited also. Quick trivia for those who know me and what I do during the day. You probably would also know Dawn because we kind of wear the same hat during the day. And so we are both part of the yeah. So she is our video YouTube expert and I handle the audio side of things. So we're both jokes namin kanina. We're wearing a different hats tonight. Bye muna. Mamaya na ulit yung work.
Tomorrow na ulit.
Actually, tama. Tomorrow.
Yes. At night, we're different.
It's like an alter ego.
Yes.
It's an outlet. Anyway, so yeah. Yun. I really wanted to invite Dawn, especially because of one of her books, or one of her poetry books entitled You Are Here. Because siguro later, we'll get into that later.
Yeah. You actually said no in intro mo ko, like, if I could correct you how many books I have.
Sure.
I actually don't know. I have to like count them like one by one. But I think I'm around 7, 8. No. I think I'm around that 7 to 8. So you're kind of right.
Okay. Yay. Kinuha ko lang siya sa website.
So baka
So, parang-
kailangan din yung
Yeah, oo guys. Hindi na lang ako nagtanong, di ba? Talagang,
I know.
so,
It's
so
okay.
ayan, sige. But
Updated naman ata siya in my group.
that's really nice. And yeah, siguro so to start off, let's go back siguro from the very beginning before we ask you about like the book that
Yeah.
brought us here. Talagang the book that
Yeah.
brought us. The book. So first siguro Don, just a quick siguro preview of your how do you call it, your author life or your author journey.
Mm.
Like when did you start writing, probably for yourself or for school, or basically how did it all start, like before ba,
Yeah.
like nung bata, how were you fond of writing na talaga or something else? Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you may share it.
I think I started really young eh. Parang I considered it as part of playtime. Parang, kasi I was left alone at the house a lot. So, parang kasama siya sa playtime ko na every time I play with my Barbies, may storyline siya. Hindi siya yung like random playing. Like I have like a setup, ganyan. Na parang I treat them as my actors, parang ganon. And then, yun yung times na parang hindi pa ako comfortable with writing really. But when I started to learn how to write really, I have like a very distinct memory of me buying a notebook so I can write my stories, parang ganun. So it's not like I finish it naman nung bata ako. But parang, ang joke nga sa akin ng sister ko nun, parang yung stories ko lahat to be continued. Kasi parang intro lang siya for me, and then I'll just write to be continued, and then I'll just draw things na part of the story, kunwari ganun. So it started really young for me. Tapos, I guess parang hobby ko lang siya, ganun. Tapos, I took it kind of seriously nung college na. It's not like I took like creative writing in college, pero I joined like an organization of writers and readers, ganun. So, parang na-open ako doon on how to share my work kasi parang we will have like a weekly meeting na we will read each other's work tapos we'll have critiques. So, parang yun na, nag-start na parang, oh, you kind of have this sense of wanting to share what you wrote. Hindi na siya for me na lang, na hindi ko na lang siya for playtime, ganyan. I wanted people to read, tell me what they think about it, ganyan. Tapos, after nung college, of course, life happened. I have to find a job, ganyan. But I do remember before I started getting a job, I finished a novel during like yung parang summer break. Yung gano'n, pagka-graduate ko, there's a summer break. I finished like a novel in, I don't know, like a week or 2 weeks. Parang yung sudden jolt lang of, I'm gonna write something, ganyan.
Mhm.
Yes, Tapos, nothing happened naman doon. Like, it became like a manuscript. I kept it in my, I think, Gmail. In-email ko siya sa friends ko for like, I don't know, comments, ganyan.
Okay.
Tapos, nothing happened to that. And then, noong 2014, that's when I really started self-publishing. Because I follow this local author named Mina Viisgera. So, she was published then by Summit Publishing. Yung, I don't know if you guys see this, like yung chick-lit novels na really small lang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Summit. Yeah, yan. So I read her the first time there. Tapos I guess I just sort of followed her on Twitter na lang. And then sometime in 2014, parang nag-open siya ng workshop for self-publishing. Tapos naalala ko lang na I have this novel sitting in my inbox for like 5 years. Natutulog lang siya in my inbox for 5 years. So I went there. And then I thought I'll just update this manuscript. And then that's it. That kind of started it na. That's like my very first book, yung The Boyfriend Backtrack. And then, I feel like kasi if you start self-publishing, you see a product na, you kind of get addicted to it. You want to do it again. You want to improve. You want to... Kasi for self-publishing, kasi it's not just the story. You also take care of the covers. Yung ganon. So parang, you see it really as your own product. So you hindi ka lang writer, like you kind of wear different hats as well. So for me that's enjoyable kasi parang I control so many things. I get to say what I put out there. Yun.
Okay.
So I guess that's why kaya umabot ako ng a couple of books then na self-publishing. And then I just got trad pub in the middle of it. Because my first book actually, na trad pub naman agad siya, I think like, I got an offer like a couple of months lang after I self-pub. Kasi I resubmitted it to a local publisher, si Anvil Publishing. Then luckily, they offered me the the chance to be published. Ganyan. So parang ganun na parang yung first years ko, I self-published first. And then, sinasubmit ko sa kanila so they can trad pub it. Yun. So,
Okay.
ganun na, naging cycle na siya na. It's just something that I do
Right.
now. Ganun.
Well, when you say self-publish, is it like, sorry, pretty printing or is it online?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one, ebook lang. Kasi parang it's hard for me pa to find like a printer, parang ganun. Pero luckily kasi when I was talking to Mina, she already was starting like a community. It's called Romance Class.
Okay.
So yun, parang naging resource na namin siya na who to approach for if we want to find editors, if we want to find like photographers for covers, magle-layout, ganyan. So definitely in 2014, hindi pa siya ganun ka-advanced. Like we were all trying to find each other in a way. But now in 2020, like we're very like we have these people now. We have people who mans the website, who do the social media promotions, who does the events. So yeah, it's nice to have like a community here who not only supports you but can also help you on that technical aspects of self-publishing.
Ang galing. So
Yeah.
that's the one for Anvil. How did you get noticed by an international publisher?
Okay.
Andrews
Ito,
McNeil. It is based in no? Australia ba? New
US,
Zealand?
US na sila.
US na sila. Okay.
Ito kasi kami when we self-publish, we go diretso to Amazon na. So we sell it as a book na talaga. This book this is like my first poetry collection. Hindi ganun taga-poetry. It's like my first.
Why?
Hindi kasi
there?
siya novel.
Ah.
Hindi kasi siya novel. Like, I really started writing novels like romance and young adult fiction. Ito this book really just happened because I was having writer's block. Hindi ako makapagsulat ng long things. So what I do was I just take note of like the ideas. And then usually they're just lines lang, they're just like yung quotations, like kunwari conversations lang of people, ganyan. And then I just took note of them in my phone or kaya a random notebook. And then I think I just got so frustrated na wala akong napoproduce that year na new book na I just kind of went back into my notes and into my notebook na parang, wait a minute, I think I can do something with this. Kasi parang it's the same theme na din, ganyan. So what I did, I collated all of that in one document and then I approached my editor, Leila. And I told her, can you do something with this? I actually call my poems pieces because I don't know, I'm not that comfortable yet with calling them like poems just because poems, with the rhythm and the rest. So I just kind of, because for me, it's like pieces lang like really like, it's a note, it's a random page in a notebook. So I call them pieces for me. Yun. And then what happened when I collated that, she kind of rearranged it na parang may storyline din yung pieces. So we kind of made like a narrative book. Ito yung the last time I'll write about you. And this is like my first time into this like genre. But so when I was doing it, I felt like I don't know what I was doing, but I also felt like I am doing something that I know makes sense. Yung ganon, may ganong confusion. So I just decided it's an experiment, so I'll just upload it. And then it's really unexpected because I put it up for pre-order, I think for a week lang. And it was on the bestsellers now.
Wow.
No, yeah. So I really, every time I remember, I was like, well, parang I don't know what happened, but it happened. Yun. Tapos parang I guess since it kind of lived in the bestsellers ng Amazon for poetry, na recognize na ako nung publisher. I think it was only like 4 or 5 months since I self-published that. They sent me a message na if I'm interested in getting published by them. So we kind of did like an expanded version of it. I just added like a few more pieces inside the book, and then we repackaged it. Yeah. And then since then, I kind of like submitted my books na lang to them.
Okay. I noticed that there's a theme, no? You saw the first one, the first self-published title is Boyfriend Backtrack, and then this
Yeah.
poetry collection or this sige, piece collection na lang is the last time I'll ever write about you. So there's this theme of like romance, and I guess
Mm-hmm.
would you call it your niche? I'm curious to know
Yeah.
like why this genre
Genre.
or why this theme?
I don't know. I guess kahit nung bata ko, it's like it's what I enjoy consuming. Like when you're a child, you watch Disney movies, diba? It's like happy ever
Totoo.
after, yeah, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think I kind of just grew up with it. Like even with rom-com movies, it gives me the satisfaction that I need or I want. And I don't know. I think it's like something that makes you happy. So ganon. Parang I just move around romance. Kahit hindi siya technically a novel. Like even in poetry, I still talk about love, romance. Yeah, it's just what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does this come so
Talaga,
a
ano,
lot of people say or a lot of there are people who say that a lot of the stuff that authors write come from within from
Experience.
stories na hindi naman sa true to life, no, pero may
Yeah.
pinaghuhugutan from their own
Mm.
experiences. Is that the case for you also?
Yeah, I think naman like all of us naman, so something comes from ano naman from experience, and then we just kind of magnify it. We kind of you know just exaggerate in some sense. But definitely, I don't think kasi you'd be able to write something that is sincere if you haven't felt it, if you haven't experienced it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if you're just gonna write for fiction, definitely you have more um, freedom to play around with it. Usually ako, when I do that, I always ask the question, what if? Kasi in real life, you don't necessarily get to just do this what ifs, diba? You have to be practical, you have to be realistic. But in fiction, definitely you can give yourself like that freedom of what if you did this, what would happen? You know, so parang that's how I see it in fiction.
Yeah. Sorry, B, I
that's
cut you
it.
off. I think you were saying something, kanina.
I don't know. I was just curious, like, if not romance, I mean, is there like a second favorite genre?
I love YA, young adult.
Young adult.
Feeling ko din, ano din yun parang just because I grew up watching shows na young adult.
Okay.
Yeah, yung mga teenage shows.
Yeah,
Lizzie
yeah, yeah.
McGuire, yung mga ganon.
Yeah.
Right? Like growing up, yung mga ganong things.
Oh. Nothing like thriller, nothing like that. Talaga thriller.
I wish I was that talented, di ba? Yung mga horror, ganyan. I wish. Pero I guess, I feel like tinatakot ko yung sarili ko every time I attempt to do that.
Yeah.
No, kasi ako when I write kasi, parang I feel like I'm also playing the role of the person I'm writing about.
Right.
So halimbawa like if I
Okay.
if I write about like a serial killer, I don't know. Scary lang, guys.
Yeah, okay, let's not go there. Sige. So, question and then, do you ever like get to experience that they call it, sige, I will do the air quotes again, writer's block?
It's okay, alright, just block. Yes, I do all the time. All the time. But ano lang, I think I'm kinder to myself now na I don't really pressure
Okay.
myself into it na. Before kasi of course, I feel like when you're starting out, you want to prove yourself. So you kind of pressure yourself na, kailangan by this, I already released this. Alam mo yun, you have like certain things that you want to achieve. But now kasi for me, I guess with 8 books in, meron na, parang I feel like I already gained some kind of confidence in myself na if it's not gonna happen now, it's gonna happen in the future. I feel like I already understand that rest is also part of the process.
Mhm.
Kasi parang before I struggled so much with the concept of rest. Na parang, no, you have to do this. And and even with our day job then we like, I had like multiple roles. So I got so used to being, you know,
Yeah.
all around present and stuff like that. And then I just have to like hit the reset and just learn how to not do anything and be okay with that. And then, pag the inspiration is there naman, it happens, it just flows naturally.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. People our
right?
age or people these days. I think
It's
nobody really
super
knows how
hard.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like friends din na parang they tell me like, yun nga, na parang yung concept of rest is so hard for them na they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Of yung just the thought of not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
so hard for them. Yeah. So I feel like it's something for us to
Mm-hmm.
learn
Yeah.
again and to be okay with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To
How
to
did you
have
learn
rest
to do
without
that
guilt.
though?
I quit my job. I did not
She did.
recommend it.
She left me.
I, I did not recommend that, but it had to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I quit my job. I traveled. I think it helped a lot that I observed people doing their things while I'm not doing anything. Parang may sense of reflection on my part of how I'm approaching things.
Mhm.
Also, when I was in Australia, I visited this small town. It's Hobart in Tasmania. Tapos like super slow life siya.
Yeah.
Sobrang enjoyable na parang can I just live here forever? It's what I aspire na.
Mm.
Life in Hobart. Yun lang. I feel like you just have to, yeah, not worry so much and not think that everything is urgent. Dati kasi parang, if I get a text, I have to answer right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yung ganon, like I didn't give myself time to,
Mm-hmm.
put it down, breathe. Yeah. So it's definitely something that you have to practice. You're not gonna get it right the first time, but over time,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not a not an easily digestible lesson or pill to swallow. I think na it really is something that you realize or learn through years and years of
Um,
either practice or making mistakes or just like living. And so I guess you've really not naman completely fully
yes.
and finished like lived your life, but you really intentionally allowed yourself to really experience your life and be present instead of like
Yeah.
worrying about every single thing and realizing that not every little thing that exists
Yeah.
actually fully matters, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that I have to learn na not everything I have to react to. Yung gano'n na parang I can just, pick which ones I could, you know,
Mhm.
grace with my attention. Yan. Kasi
Yeah.
before parang, you kind of feel like, I feel like siguro kasi then when you're kind of young, you're kind of proving yourself. So you want
Yeah.
everyone to know that, yes, yes, I can do this, I can do this. But, eventually you have to like stop and
Yeah.
you have to choose then what
Mhm.
matters to you. Parang
Yeah.
ganun.
Yeah. Yeah. B, para meron kang sasabihin.
Yes. No, I wanted to segue na rin eh. Yeah, speaking of rest and be kinder to ourselves kasi I mean ako guilty ako dyan eh. Like rest for me is doing something else other than what I am supposed to do. So it's still doing something. You guys know this.
I know.
You've seen versions of me. Like, you guys know this one. I mean, work is. I mean, work outside of work is still work, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so it has been a challenge for me as well to like kind of like settle down and stuff. But siguro my version of that one, kasi si Dawn quit her job.
Ano,
Ay,
gagawin mo
ako
din?
pinapasok ko, kinukulong ko no, I'm not.
Not
I'm not.
recommended.
Especially ngayon, parang hindi yata practical yun.
Amen.
Hindi.
Nope,
Hindi nga.
nope, yeah.
Don't quit your
No.
job, guys.
Ako naman yun ang iwan, ako naman yung mawawala. So, I think for my version of that is that, di ba every year, kinukulong ko yung sarili ko sa retreat for,
Yes,
Yeah.
for, let's say,
Quiet
a couple
retreat.
of, like a week or so, ganyan. So that's what I do. So parang one time, big time rest,
Yes.
pause, whatever, and yan. And then after that's my restart na. Yeah, ganun siya. But now, I think nag-start siya, but maybe last year din, like pockets of rests. Yeah. Kasi before, nung nasa Chescom pa ako, I'm not sure, Patrick, if you saw my desk then. Parang hindi pa yata eh. Hindi ka ata umaakit
Hindi.
sa room ko before. No. I have a side table before, tas may jigsaw puzzle na nandiyan. So every time I want to rest, binubuo ko siya and then I log the time kung ano yung anong oras ako nag-start with this session. Oh, as
That's
in. Kasi yan, ganun yung ginagawa ko. Parang yung iba sasabihin nila, bakit ba yan ang ginagawa mo? Nag-iisip ka pa, hindi ba stressful like to build things or to, yung mga puzzles nga. Kasi ano yun eh, the last time I think I did was a 500-piece puzzle, I think.
Wow.
Of a husky na naki Father Nono ngayon. Hi, Father Nono. Binigay ko sa kanya when I quit Chescom. When I left Chescom. So yun. So that's
you
my
quit
kind
your
of...
job then.
Bubuo na nga rin ako na. No. So yeah. Oh, dulas tayo dito. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, going back. Yeah, so yun. So that's I think that's my version of being kinder to myself and recognizing that I also have like needs and I also want to do like other stuff outside of work or hindi yung laging serious lang, something fun, something for myself as well. And I think this is what this book is about, no? The You Are Here. So yun. Ito yung nasa cover nung promo din natin. Nakatabi ng picture niyo doon. Yeah. So it's diba basahin ko na lang yung blurb, no?
Medyo
So
serious.
medyo serious yun, but it basically talks about it talks about giving ourselves second chances. It's a self-healing pieces, if you may want to call it, right? Self-healing pieces with the themes of self-love, self-discovery, and empowerment. And it reminds us to always choose themselves. I choose myself, and find the courage and strength to start anew. So, I mean, parang whole blurb pa lang is ang dami kong highlight sa yung the whole blurb pa lang. It's the theme ganun siya. Pero alam mo, if you've read the book, the pieces, naka sentro pa rin siya sa romance pa rin. Pero, and different kinds of love actually. So it's very lively. Siguro mga nabasa ko ata siya 2 hours. Pero parang gusto ko siyang uulitin. Siyempre, ginagawa ko, basahin ko siya for 2 hours, tapos uulitin ko siya ulit kasi gusto ko siyang namnamin.
Yeah.
I mean, na-excite ako. Siya. Sorry, girl, nag-fangirl ako doon. So, even if we're working together, even if we're friends, talagang yung the last book na nagpa-fan sign talaga ako.
Oh.
Fan sign.
Actually, hindi ako nagsulat ng blurb, yung publisher ko. So parang ang heavy ng vicissitudes.
Oo nga, nakita ko yung word, vicissitude. Parang, wow!
So, hindi ko na lang, okay, yes, kayo naman magbenta.
That's true. Kaya nga, hindi ko siya...
Yeah, where does this come from, though? The desire to like put together this collection of this theme around Loving yourself, empowering yourself, discovering and exploring yourself, and choosing you.
I actually wrote it the year I quit eh. Parang I finished it the year or before pa pala, leading to me quitting. So, medyo ganun yung themes nga. I the day I got my offer for this book, I quit my job. Just because I know, yes, some money is coming in. I can yeah. Pero basically, I titled it You Are Here kasi parang before kasi parang I travel a lot with work then. Tapos I see it a lot like in maps, di ba? Like in train stations, you are here when you're trying to find your way. When I was writing this kasi I felt like, you're kind of lost. You don't know na like where to go in life. Kasi I feel like do I quit my job? Do I keep on doing this? Yung parang mga ganong questions. So parang when I was traveling, parang nag-stick sa akin yun, yung You Are Here na sign na yun. Kasi parang it's kind of like a reminder na this is where you are, you have to be present, you don't have to worry so much about in the future, ganun. So parang naging ganun yung theme ng book na, yun nga, with what I'm experiencing then na at that time then with career and stuff like that, growth, ganyan, if you're outgrowing certain things that you have to let go of, yun. So parang yan lang yung naging guiding theme niya throughout the whole book. Yeah. So I kind of see this book as like my companion during that time. Yeah. So I guess that's the story behind the whole thing of how it was formed. Yeah.
So it's almost as if what the things that come forth or the things that spring out from an experience is a response to what was missing, I guess, in that time. So ganun ba?
Yeah.
Baka malala yung trabaho nyo na it's a conflict.
May trauma.
Joke lang. Hindi naman.
Grabe
Stop
yun, B.
making
Love
me realize things.
Do you want to answer that, B?
Hindi ko alam. Ay, nakita ko ni-like ni Pao yung video. So, Pao, gusto mo sumama dito. Pao, sa loob. Kasama ni namin.
Yeah, but
It,
I guess it's from experience naman eh. It's stemming from that whole experience. Yeah. Ito kasi parang when I write kasi this na, I don't really think I'm gonna make a book about this. I kind of just really parang journaling, I guess, if you think about it. Parang I just write down the thoughts. And then, parang hindi ko din siya maisip na parang this is a product. Yung ganun. I don't give myself that pressure. I'm gonna sell this. Yung parang ganun. It's just for me when I first write it. It's kind of like my release. And then pag I feel like something here could work for a book, hindi naman everything that I write would make it eh. So parang I just pick through that and then I submit it to my own editor and then she picks through that again. So it's a process din na by that time na medyo na hindi na siya my experience. Parang nagiging siya. I'm looking at it at a different lens na because this is a book that we're making. But of course, alam ko yung story behind it, na why I wrote this, why parang ganun. But I feel like if I start writing kasi thinking na this is my next book, parang ganun, I won't finish it because I'll think about what they'll say first versus what I want to say, parang ganun. Yeah. So, I think that's just, kasi parang feeling ko that's sort of also what other writers experience, na kaya din sila nagkaka-writer's block.
Yeah.
There's always that pressure of, ano kayang sasabihin nila if I do this, if I, yung ganon. And I think about that naman. Syempre, I read some of the reviews. I try not to na. It's something that I've learned how to
very
do.
harsh sometimes,
Yes, and then it feels very personal na parang, of course for you, it's something that you made. So sa una, you feel like it's an attack to you. It would really take you a couple of weeks to learn that it's not about you. Actually, the reviews that they give says more about that person who read your book than you. Diba? So, pero definitely when I was starting out, I read everything. I check everything. Kasi syempre you're kind of like excited pa, like what do they want me to do next? Yung parang may ganun ka pa eh. May people pleasing aspect pa of what are they expecting from me, ganyan. Pero ngayon parang nung na-international ako, kasi syempre wider net of audience na to, hindi na siya Filipinos na. So, yun talaga parang it's a lesson for me not to really step out of, I used to like have like good reads lang for me. Yung author, dati kasi like all of my social media accounts is just the normal person. 'Di ba? Na parang naging author lang ganyan. In the middle of it, I had to learn how to do like separate accounts na okay, so this is not me na. This is my author account na. I have to filter that na. Kasi if I don't talaga, it's medyo ano siya eh, especially when dun sa first book ko, kasi about heartbreak yun eh, and moving on.
Yeah.
I get so many emails about what, parang makikipagbalikan ba siya with her ex? Parang, girl, I don't know.
Gusto ko laging counseling bigla yung email.
Oo nga.
I know, na parang, oh no.
Advice column.
I don't think I'm the person who is. Yun, so parang na-flood nung una ng gano'n, na relationship advice siya. Pero lately naman, ano na eh, writing advice na. So at least yun, I can filter that. I can answer that at the last time. Pero yun, kasi parang nung una, nakaka-shock siya na parang, why are all these people messaging me about their lives? Yeah.
Right.
I think I got lost in the question.
No,
That's
no.
okay.
You answered very beautifully. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sige, B.
Okay.
Parang iniipon ka dyan. Go.
Ay, last ako dun sa relationship advice.
Oo nga.
Oo.
Stuck ako sa gano'n. Sabi ko sana, gusto mo ba magkaroon ng isang episode dito sa MindEd na puro relationship
Oo.
advice?
Oo.
Diba
Sagutin
dito
ng
natin dalhin
relationship
yung
question.
audience mo.
Yeah.
Ay, Diyos ko.
Tapos
Just
kukuha tayo ng like sa ng excerpt dun sa mga libro ni Don. Tapos according to Miss Lanuza, gagawin natin siyang reference.
Oh, no.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? Circling back to the book na sobrang ano rin kasi parang it really yun nga talks really about like ang daming sigurong napapa-internalize ako when I read it. Yan siya. And maybe it's because yun nga because you've written it nung time na nag-quit ka. Talaga kailangan iulit-ulitin eh. Talaga. Yeah. And it really acknowledges and kasi okay, the flow of the book parang wala na lang spoilers, but it basically parang it acknowledges pain before it, kumbaga parang it addresses pain. Hindi siya parang okay, we must love ourselves, we must parang self-heal, we must be kind to ourselves, pero kasi before that meron munang like acknowledging pain, losses, heartbreaks, and everything. And yan, parang, why do you think it's necessary for us to recognize yun muna, the pain, instead of just, why did you choose to write about that instead of just focus on, no, it's just all self-love and whatnot?
Alam mo kasi kinakabahan din ako to sound too preachy in my book. Yung gano'n, na parang, I'm not the expert of life. Diba? Parang I'm just experiencing this as much as you. So parang feeling ko, I guess, kaya din maybe you liked it. Kasi it's very sympathetic yung gano'n, na parang it's like sharing lang. It's like talking to a friend. Parang gano'n. Yun nga, I don't want to sound like I know everything that's going on because I don't. Yun. And I feel like kasi a lot of people are uncomfortable with talking about their pains in a way. So I don't know, I feel like yung iba kasi they're not as fluent as well with expressing it. So
Right.
it helps to have someone who could at least, say it for them in a way. Because I do get like comments then like when they read my book na parang na-express daw their thoughts through what I wrote.
Yeah.
So I get parang shared experience na lang din. So yun. Yun lang parang for me kasi parang ako kasi parang I'm fine now with being vulnerable. But definitely nung nirelease ko yung first book ko, sobrang paranoid ko nun kasi I feel like it's so vulnerable. Like it's really like heartbreaking. Yung gano'n na parang, oh no, what would they think of me na I'm this pathetic. Yung parang mga ganong thinking na parang, but at the same time kasi parang after that, parang everybody experiences that, di ba? Parang, I feel like with this book naman parang may growth in. Na there's strength in it as well. You don't just focus on the pain and the loss. You kind of grow into it and you sort of value yourself. Parang ganun. Yeah. So I feel like with my books din naman, the more I write, I personally feel like I grow as well. Yeah. So, yeah. Just living through it, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's a lost art there. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about being able to, or being an author or being a writer in this specific genre is because it allows you such a colorful vocabulary, or it affords you such a colorful vocabulary for self-expression, especially with regard to like expressing your emotions. I don't think a lot of people know how to do that anymore either. Parang
Right.
the 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 act of expressing emotions has become stigmatized in a way, or pathologized
know.
almost. It's a sickness,
Right.
or you're weak for
Mm.
experiencing pain and acknowledging
Yes.
pain and feeling in general, or feeling period. And I think that's something that a lot of your readers are resonating with, is the ability to parang, or you hear that a lot from people who either listen to songs or read books. It's that you said, or you put perfectly what I am
Right.
feeling but cannot express for myself. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I get people like tweeting me and stuff na gano'n na parang they feel validated because they read someone writing something that they've experienced as well. Parang gano'n. So that's like a great thing for me din na parang, oh, I'm not alone din. Parang gano'n.
Yeah,
Oo.
absolutely.
Di ba?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I mean,
Are
because
you okay?
that's as a therapist, right? That's what you advocate for. That's what you work towards. It's getting people to acknowledge that their emotions are important too. That pain is important too, and not just always because you learn from it, but well, okay, yes, you do learn from it, but also because it's really just important. It's pain is one of the indicators that you are alive, and that
Yes.
there are things to correct or things to work on in the world, and things to work on in yourself also. So, good job. Thank you for making my job.
But yeah, going back to Patrick, how do you manage that? Like if you have patients or
Right.
clients that have trouble expressing or acknowledging
Mhm.
pain. Kasi si Don, alam na eh. Obviously, nakapagsulat na siya ng libro about it. But, for some people
Open
who
na
are
siya.
struggling with it,
Right.
Yeah.
how do you handle that?
I guess it's enabling them or educating them about um, or giving them avenues to express themselves. So there are so many different ways to do that in the back. I mean, we had some guests years back. Wow, years. Hindi naman a year ago, pero years back where they were teaching, or they were talking about expressive arts therapy, and that gives them like a medium, or that gives them an avenue to to let out what it is that they've been either neglecting or hiding or avoiding in themselves. And so it's affording them or giving them many different tools to really acknowledge or express themselves. So ako, with mindfulness and acceptance and commitment therapy, it's about allowing them to really kind of be in touch with their emotions on a very physical, like internal and physical level, in terms of what the feeling looks like, what the feeling or what the sensation is like when you have this feeling. and just getting in touch with that and learning to hone into that without being so over invested into that. But it's great to also have to be able to write about it also, to put your thoughts down into words and put it on paper, because there also that you get that stepping back, na parang I'm no longer enmeshed with my feelings, but I acknowledge that my feelings exist. Exist? Feelings exist. But,
Feelings
but they are
exist.
here. Yun. So, yun. Sorry, ang dami ko sinabi.
You are here. Oo, sige.
No. It's, oo. I like that yung parang they have to, I heard that from my friend. She had a therapist then na parang she had to describe nga daw like how it feels like ano yung shape. Parang may ganun siyang kind of therapy.
Baka ako
So,
yung
yeah.
therapist ng friend mo.
No.
Ay, nako, mahilig si Patrick sa ganyan.
Oo.
Kaya,
I heard about
kasi, it's gano'n. I-share ko na lang si Patrick. I'm feeling I don't know ganyan. And then sabihin lang niya, so what if you feel?
Saan? Sa
Something
katawan?
sa
Saan mo
stomach,
nararamdaman?
or
Oo.
sa katawan, ganyan. Parang, where do you feel the pain? Ganyan. Or if you were to describe it, is it like piercing like a knife, or like, ayan, mahilig si Patrick. Hindi ko lang bigla, diba? But it works. It
does,
actually
though.
works. So hi, Patrick. Yeah.
Try ko yun.
Sige nga.
Oo, that's right.
In your
Nakakatawa na si
experience,
Sige.
Not right now.
Okay.
Gigising
Go
mo
ahead.
sila.
Go ahead.
Hindi ngayon. Huwag ngayon.
Right now.
Sorry,
You've-
Patrick. Go ahead.
Part of your experience, or part of learning, or how you learned these things, was through your own self-experience. So I guess, there are many different ways kasi to learn how to heal and to really love yourself. And you've had a very practical experience of that. So in your own practical experience though, what do you think the first step in self-healing or self-love is? Ooh, hard question.
I know, right? Pageant answers. No, I know. No, I learned this a while ago. No, I think the first step is really knowing how to ask for help and who to ask for. Parang ganon. I struggled with that din eh, kasi parang for the longest time I feel like hindi ko alam where to go. Yung ganon, yung I don't know who to talk to, parang ganon. Na parang I feel like it's important for you, number one, to know na it's time for you to get help.
Yeah.
Yun. And then, I think it's just really important for everyone to know that the help exists. Yung parang ganon. Na it's not something that you have to seek, that it's really available, it's here. Yun.
It's accessible.
I think, yeah, I think that's the first step. Kasi parang if you don't recognize that you need help, you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. If you don't stop and recognize sa sarili mo, parang something is wrong, I might need to talk to someone about this. It doesn't have to be even like a doctor. It could be like a family friend.
Or-
Yan na yung ganun, na parang just the act of talking about it and opening up. It's already a relief, I guess.
Yeah.
Na, kasi parang if you just take it na ikaw lang, and a lot of people, I feel like, parang may ganong thinking na it's just them, yung parang ganon.
Yeah.
But I think the moment that you start talking about it, people will start telling you, ay, ako rin, parang ganon,
Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like yun. Pag medyo na validate ka na din na, oh, this isn't a weird case at all. It happens to someone. Yeah, that's the start of it. Embracing what's happening to you. It's not a defect. It's not
It's not a
abnormality on your part. Yeah.
Yes.
It's something that you have to go through. Yeah. Sharing is caring.
Amen.
Yes,
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah.
Hirap umahon
Sana.
doon.
Meron ba tayong kailangan pag-usapan, Lee?
Off air
Oo
na
nga eh.
lang.
Parang off-air na lang, mamaya. Pag
Yes.
hindi na nag-live.
Off-air tayo. Oo, lahat ng pag-uusapan natin off-air. But yeah, so yeah, I actually agree. Yun nga part of self-healing talaga is acceptance as well. And yeah, accepting that you do need help, because I think that's one of the common hiccups of those who or of people who really need to have some healing in their lives, is that to accept that they need help, and probably to have that courage as well
Right.
to talk.
Oh my
Kasi
God,
yung
that's
iba
so
parang
hard. Totoo.
kasi iba, yeah, so, some are doubting eh. Diba,
Yeah.
syempre, parang doubting na parang, ay, diba, baka ano lang to, baka parang it's just today or just tomorrow. Because of,
It's me.
ano ba to, self psychoanalyzing.
Right. Yeah. I actually like
Ah,
talked myself out of it for so many years na parang, kasi parang tomorrow, oh, it's fine, it's better. Parang ganon, na you just kind of brush it off na it's a one-time thing or but it's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yun, eh. But the thing is, I think pagka ganon, umiikot lang siya eh, tapos parang lumalaki hanggang sa parang, okay, you don't know how to handle it anymore.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to
It's
ask
true.
for help. Right,
Yeah.
Patrick?
Amen. Yes.
But yun nga, I feel
Diba?
like,
B, right?
pero yun nga kasi I feel like sa atin din, di ba? Like, ewan ko, when I started feeling this hindi pa ganun ka-open yung talks about mental health. Like, I don't know which doctor to go to. Parang ganun na I'm asking, saan ba ako pupunta? Like, is this a brain thing? Is this, yung mga ganong
Yeah.
questions. So, I feel like if we're more open about it and people are like, yung parang normal na doctor, oh, you wanna go to my to my doctor? Yung ganun lang. Parang,
Yeah.
this is, yun, I feel like it would be easier for everyone else if it's as normal as that. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially now that uso na yung teleconsultation.
Right.
Kasi wala naman tayong choice. So, ayun, diba? I mean, we talked about it last weekend, na parang sila Patrick sa MAS, they have that na, no? That teleconsultation.
Yes.
If it-plug natin na MAS. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's more accessible now than ever. Especially sa mga tao, especially with the schedule. I mean, come on. Yun din kasi, usually yun yung first excuse ba't hindi mo to gawin? Busy ako eh. Pupunta pa ako sa ganito eh. Traffic
Right.
pupunta doon. Malayo. Daming excuses. Ngayon,
Pila sa
wala na
lobby.
excuse. You just really have to accept the okay, I need help. I'm gonna do this. Or I have to do this. Okay. Teka, hihinga muna tayo. This is what we call rest and breathing. Kasi my next question kasi is kind of heavy. But again, we have to acknowledge, di ba? Sabi nga, di ba, we have to acknowledge the hurt, the pain, and whatnot. So, when you acknowledge that, we have what we call our bad days, our not so good days. And so what do you do when you have that not so good day?
I quit, Char.
Yung go-to answer.
Table. I flip tables. No, just kidding. Alam mo, minsan talaga, I call it a day eh. If I feel like nothing's working out,
okay,
sige, I'll just, fine. Tomorrow is another day. Parang ganun na lang. Diba? Parang
okay.
Kasi if you keep hitting yourself with it, diba? It's not gonna help you. So, ganun na lang na parang, sige, it's not working now. Let's stop it. Let's go back another day. Ganun na lang for me. Yeah. I guess that's like what do you do when you have bad moods? Yeah.
Okay. Alright. But,
Oh, no.
Oo nga, alam mo.
Ang daming butong hininga.
Yung deep side mo, tells me things.
20th mo na yata.
Tapos, rinig pala siya. Grabe siya, binilang niya. Okay, sige, huwag na natin usapan yan. But, yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you for sharing. I mean, I wish we could have had like a lot longer session about this, but yeah, let's take it off air na lang and maybe have another session maybe or something. But we've
Part
reached
two.
like
Yeah.
the
Yes, of course.
ang bilis ng oras, hindi ko na napansin. But siguro before yun nga, we part ways talaga before we go offline and talk
Yes.
about stuff. Yun siya. Siguro maybe we can plug what's next for you. I know you're working on something, upcoming projects. Where do they find you? Where to subscribe? If they want to know more. So maybe you can share.
Okay. I have a new book out in January 2021. It's called I Must Belong Somewhere. So I feel like it's kind of a continuation than You Are Here. So it's about, finding your sense of home. So I kind of wrote it when I was traveling as well. So, ganong ano siya, ganong theme naman siya. So it's out January 5, 2021 under Andrews McNeil Publishing, that's so worldwide. But before that, I actually worked on a little project. It's I'm gonna self-publish it. I think baka mga October siya lalabas. It's an illustrated poem, so it's just a tiny book. It's called I Miss My Friends because of the pandemic. I wrote it for my friends. Ayan. And then I thought it would be cute to share na lang din with people. Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
thinking October. I worked with a really great artist. She's a local artist called Arlie Pagaduan. Yeah, so I think baka mga next week or so I'll share na the details and the pictures because it's really really cute. Yun. But yeah, so far that's like what's happening. I do have like a newsletter if you want to find out about my things first before I post them on my social media. It's tinyletter.com/ Don runs fast without the vowels. Ang hirap na pinahirapan ko yung sarili ko. DWN
Dawn runs fast.
RNSFST.
SSP. Yeah. Yun. So, yan. If you want to get first dibs, then. And then the rest is just in my social media at Don Lanuza. Twitter, Instagram. DonLanuza.com for my website. That's it.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, sorry. We
Well,
have lots of like
thank
questions
you,
and comments
diba? Oh,
on
yeah.
the
Really?
di natin siya
Okay.
masasagot ngayon.
I don't
I
see.
know.
Pero if Dawn can be so gracious as to like reply to the pero
Yes.
it's people it's Pau
Really?
and Gian also and yeah.
Pao, don't quit your job.
Right.
Dalawa lang kami. Don't quit your job.
Grabe, baka maano tayo dito, Char.
Eh, wala
Maglalagay na
talaga
ako
nun.
ng-
Lagot kaming dalawa.
So don't worry guys, we will get to your questions. But hi to everybody who watched and commented. Hi.
Thank you,
she did
guys.
already daw. Ako, sabi ni Pao, she quit already.
Oh no.
Tsaka mag-usap tayo pagkatapos sa tawa.
The previous one lang naman.
Oh.
Okay. Yung bago yan.
Okay.
Okay. Hi
Okay,
also
okay.
to Gian,
First
to
thing.
Miss Jen, the people who are asking questions. Si Mary Jenny, also Sister Mary Jenny. Is that the S? Sorry. Yes. Ayan. Hi guys.
Hello
Thank you,
po.
Dawn. Thank you for
Thank
being.
you.
Please grace our studio again, our online studio. Lol.
Yes. Thank you, guys. This is so fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright. Sige. Patrick,
Ano?
ikaw wala kayo pa-plug?
May pa-plug ba ako?
I don't know.
Wala naman.
Ipa-plug ka ba?
Next time, pag pinanganak na yung anak ko, gagano ko yung anak ko. Pero wala pa.
Bakit gano'n? Napaka-circle of life naman.
Sa camera. Wala lang. Circle of life. Totoo.
Try. Why? But yeah,
Alam niya naman
okay.
yan. Okay.
Anyway, diba? Hindi naman natin tinatago. So yeah, again, thank you, Don. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Justin. Wala si
Thank you,
Justin.
Jazz.
And yeah. Okay. This has been MindEd, your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits. Again, my name is V. I am just a letter.
My name is Pat. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Let us understand mental health and explore how we can take care of our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Welcome to your weekly slice of mental health tips and tidbits with Pat and B, here on MindEd.
Sa'yo sumisilong kapag ang puso ko